link that you can use to get to the system yourself. If it's something you're interested afterwards and you take a look and you have any questions, I just hope you'll call me. So give me just 1 second. I think we've tested it and I think it might work, but you never know these days. I always am scared of video.
This is your home. Maybe this is you enjoying life. Home is where you live, entertain, and enjoy what life has to offer. But your home is also your largest financial asset, and it needs to be managed, overseen, cared for. Think about all the home maintenance tasks you forget or don't even know about. Did you drain the hot water heater? Change the air filters. Imagine an automated home maintenance schedule that gives you timely reminders and curated how-to info. That's what HomeZada does for you. So enjoy life with peace of mind because your home is efficient, healthy, and safe. Think. Remodeling projects can be a challenge. Are you struggling with product selections? Over budget? Not in control? Imagine easy-to-use remodeling templates where you can bookmark your shopping research, manage budgets, and easily keep track of costs, documents, and photos. That's what HomeZada does for you. Now this is you, enjoying your new master bath. Think. You're likely underinsured. You don't know the value of your contents and could have reimbursement risk in case of loss or damage to your home. Imagine a digital home inventory of your home's assets with unlimited photos and all your important property documents. This is what HomeZada does for you. Think. Someday you'll want to sell your house and you'll need to compete online to attract today's buyers. Imagine differentiating your property online by publishing a Zada listing with all your home asset history. Buyers get a room-by-room tour with unlimited photos of all the home's features and highlights of all your completed home improvements and maintenance. You can electronically transfer the entire Zada listing to the successful buyer so that they can manage the home moving forward. That's what HomeZada and a Zada listing does for you and your buyer. So sign up today for HomeZada and start saving money by managing your entire homeowner life cycle.
So that's it. Like I said, it's a great do-it-yourself project you'd be doing right now since you're at home. If you've got older children, teenage type age children, this is something that they can do. It's very easy, they're so, computer based and that sort of thing. You do it with your phone and, when you're done, the peace of mind you have and knowing that you have a list of everything you own is really valuable. So I just wanted to share that with you. I'm going to put the link over in the chat and I don't know if I get a list, but if I do, I will certainly send you all an email with that information as well. So thanks for listening and thanks for being here. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all in person sometime soon.
Thank you, Debra.
You're welcome.
And a big thanks to Palmer Home and Business for sponsoring. And then our other sponsor for this event is Monica from Weekend Navigators. So I'm gonna let her dive into her topic today.
Hey everyone, good morning. I'm Monica Iannacone. I'm the founder of Weekend Navigators. We help couples and families have memorable vacations, destination weddings, and honeymoons by using our travel expertise from the military to plan every detail. So we're here by phone and text. You never have to wait hours on hold with the resort or the travel company. We make it really easy. We've saved our clients hundreds of hours over this really weird time with COVID by having them just text us. And a couple of the people that are on here now are our clients that we've done that for. So we partner with Sandals and Beaches resorts in Jamaica, St. Lucia, Barbados, Grenada, the Bahamas, and Turks and Caicos. We're veteran owned and operated, and we're really interested in growing our network here in Tampa Bay. So we'd love to connect with all of you. You can find us at Weekend Navigators on Facebook, Instagram, and I literally just created a TikTok. Wish me luck on that. But we have it. I'm trying to get my husband to do some fun dances with me, but until then we have just some fun travel videos and stuff like that on TikTok too. So drop your Facebook, Instagram, or however you'd like to connect in the chat, and we will connect with all of you there. And if you have any ideas on how you'd like to collaborate with us, we're open to working with other entrepreneurs and businesses here, especially in this really weird time in COVID. So we're open to what that might be. But today we really want to talk about some fun things that you can do after COVID. So we want to talk about the top 3 destinations after COVID. So in the chat, put where you're looking forward to traveling to one day after COVID. Oh, I just want to get an idea of like where people are thinking. Okay, so Erica wants to go to Italy. Debra wants to go to Destin. Destin's great. Iceland, ooh, that sounds awesome. Thailand, Greece. Okay, camping, we're all over the place. This is amazing. Okay, cool, have fun. Nashville, the Maldives. Oh, girl, me and you. Okay, so a lot of really cool ideas here. So today we partnered with Sandals Resorts in the Caribbean, and we have decided to offer you up to $250 spa credit if you decide to book with us in the next 14 days. So what you see in my background is a massage in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, on the beach, which I wish I could be there right now. I was supposed to be traveling right now. So who doesn't want a vacation and a massage these days, right? So we're going to just talk about our top 3 travel destinations that we think are great options for the near future. So first, St. Lucia. There's 3 Sandals resorts there. They're all adults only, which is kind of nice if you've been cooped up with your kids and just want to get away with your significant other. That's really nice. There's golf, there's snorkeling, scuba diving, all included. And they also have these really incredible over-the-water bungalows. So I'm changing my background so you can see it. This is an over-the-water bungalow. It's in St. Lucia and in Jamaica as well. And you can just jump right off of here and go snorkeling. It comes with snorkeling gear. Your butler can come and help you with anything you might need, bring you food and drinks. So it's really kind of a fun way to really relax. The next location is Jamaica. Put in the chat if you've ever been to Jamaica. I think a lot of us in Florida have been to Jamaica before, but I'm just interested to see who's been there. Okay, Cynthia's been there. She loves it. Kelly, Angela. Okay, awesome. So Jamaica's really nice. I love that you can get to Jamaica in a 2-hour nonstop flight from Orlando. So if you don't mind driving over to Orlando, hopping on a flight, it's the perfect getaway for weekends and holidays. There's 6 Sandals resorts there. They're adults only, and there's 2 beaches resorts that are for families. So if you want to take the family somewhere, you missed spring break, you missed a graduation, you just want to have something fun for Christmas or for the holidays, the beaches resort for families is really a nice option. It's also all inclusive, so it's a lot of fun there. And then the last location is Turks and Caicos. So Turks and Caicos, it's a family-friendly resort. It's called Beaches. Like I said, it's a really nice option if you just want to get away. We're planning out to 2023, which is a number that sounds like crazy to me right now, but we really are planning that far in advance. So it's a nice way to be able to like put something on the calendar that you look forward to with your family. And at Turks and Caicos, we also have a girls' getaway that's planned for September 24th to the 28th. So it's girls only. So it's nice for moms and daughters that want to get away and have that bonding time. It's great for you and your girlfriends if you haven't seen them and you just want to have like a few days. It's really a fun opportunity, and Turks and Caicos is rated one of the best beaches in the world. So I'm going, and we're really excited. If you'd like to join us, it's only a $98 deposit. Send me a private message if you're interested. I'll get you all the details. So I'll wrap it up here. Like I said, we're veteran owned and operated. My husband works at MacDill. I'm a Navy Reserve officer. And we love helping military families also. We offer 10% off. So if you're military and you think you might want to do this, you even get 10% off of those over-the-water bungalows, which is really incredible. If you have any questions or think you might be interested, we are offering free planning sessions. We can set them up by Zoom until we're able to hang out together. So send me a private message and I'll connect with you, get you more details. And like I said, we are offering that up to $250 spot credit. And we have Paige Wood, who works for Sandals. She's going to talk a little bit more about that little offer that we have. Paige, over to you.
Sure. So as Monica said, everyone on the call today does receive a special opportunity for a gift on their trip if they decide to book with Weekend Navigators within the next 14 days. And that could be, you know, travel for a month from now or up till December 2021. But it just could give you something to look forward to and to start planning and get excited for. But if you're staying for 4 or 5 nights on resort, then you'll receive a $100 spa credit. And those are for particular resorts Monica can share with you, but one of them's in St. Lucia and a few are in Jamaica. And time flies when you're on resort. So if you want to stay for 6 nights or longer, you do receive a $250 spa credit. Or you could choose a combo credit and do, you could split that between different things like a private dinner or part of your spa credit, or use it for the photo shop that's on resort. Or you could do a catamaran cruise. So if you're at beaches, that could be up to a family of 5, or just you and your partner if you're at a Sandals. So it's just a little something extra special if you're thinking of going on a trip. This could, you know, give you some fun stuff to do while you're there. But I know a lot of you are probably in the same boat as me. I'm getting a little stir crazy, so it's nice to have something to look forward to.
Awesome, thanks, Paige. So we're out of time. If you have any questions, send us a private message. We'd love to help plan a vacation for you.
Thanks, Monica. So another big thank you to Palmer Home and Business Inventory Professionals and Weekend Navigators for sponsoring this event. So we're going to dive right in, and we're going to start with Lorien. So Lorien, I'm going to unmute you. And guys, remember, you can add or you can change the view to speaker view or gallery view. Speaker view will, you know, put it right on the speaker and let you see a little closer view. Okay, go ahead, Lorien. Oh, Lorien, I don't think we can hear you.
Is this right?
There you go. There you go.
Okay. I'm Lorien Smith Johnson. I'm an estate planning and probate attorney. What that means is I specialize in helping people with wills and trusts and preparing those documents for them. And on the probate side, that means if someone passes away, I help their family navigate the process, the court process they have to go through to transfer assets. As part of my estate planning practice, I prepare healthcare documents, especially a healthcare power of attorney. What that does is appoints a surrogate, someone who can make medical decisions for you if you're unconscious and can't do so. It's especially important in times like these to have one, and it's also especially important to have one if you don't have family in town. At that point, the doctor may not know who to turn to ask if you're unconscious and can't make medical decisions. If you're awake enough to blink once for yes and 2 for no, the doctor will go with you. But if you can't even do that, the doctor needs someone to talk to. I've been talking to people who are clients and they're saying, oh, we want to get these documents prepared after the COVID crisis. And to me, that doesn't seem to make any sense because these would be great documents to have in place during this time. So if you are interested in getting those, especially now that things are starting to open back up, and some of the experts think that there'll be spikes in the COVID virus again, please call your favorite estate planning attorney, or if you don't have one, I'd be happy to help out. I put my information in the chat box very early on, and I could help you out. I make house calls. We can even sign these documents outside with people properly distanced so that it's not a problem. Again, I'm Lorien Smith Johnson, estate planning and probate. Where there is a will and healthcare documents, there's peace of mind.
Thank you, Lorien. Now I'm going to turn it over to Janice. Janice, looks like you're already unmuted. You're ready to go.
Hey, everybody. How is everyone holding up in all of this pandemic pandemonium? As owner of a healthcare business, a home care business where we take care of people 24/7, 365 days a year. So I am not wearing pajama bottoms, as some of you may be. And I was caregiver for my own dad for 19 years. I've experienced firsthand the ruckus roller coaster ride of stress that springs from maneuvering the unpredictableness of mayhem, the mayhem of a completely unpredictable world where you wake up each morning not knowing what's going to happen next. I mean, gosh, everything predictable and comfortable out the window. It resulted in severe burnout for me. I felt the fear, the crush of uncertainty, of self-doubt that I wasn't enough, being enough, doing enough, managing the chaos. Does this sound familiar? Is anyone on this call feeling this way right now? Yes. Yes, we're all super trained and ingrained on how to handle something like a massive hurricane, but a worldwide pandemic. Wow. But before long, it's going to be old hat for all of us, right? We're going to be experts. And when you take a look at your greatest challenges in your life, is this really the first time in your life that you've encountered a situation that was like none other? Probably not. In fact, we all have a ton of practice at this, don't we? You can't control what's going on in the world around you. You can only control your attitude. And that's true for any stressful crisis situation. So there are 3 things that got me through all of that stressful time when I was taking care of my dad, reaching out for help. So today we know that together that we can make all of this happen, having a sense of humor. I mean, who would have thought that the most coveted, sought after, and most memorable thing in this pandemic would be toilet paper. So it's easy to drown in all the shoulds, woulds, and coulds if you don't come out of this quarantine with a new skill, a new side hustle, or more knowledge is something that's been going around around Facebook. But what are we supposed to do? Write a book, become the next Tony Robbins? Pivot. You pivot your perspective. You don't compare and criticize yourself. You don't have to create a new you. Feeling bad is hard enough without making yourself feel bad for feeling bad. All you need is to be the best version that you can be. You are enough. You have everything that you need right there in your beautiful selves to create your own roller coaster. Abraham Lincoln said the best way to predict your future is to create it. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love that. Thank you, Janice. So our next presenter is Stephanie from Palma Fit Body Bootcamp. Stephanie, you are ready to go.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica. Thank you, ladies, for having us or all joining us this morning. My name is Stephanie Metzger with Palma Fit Body Bootcamp. With everything that's been going on, we switched over to virtual classes almost immediately so that we can keep providing for our members an opportunity to stay fit and healthy in the comfort of their own homes. We do live workouts on Facebook every single day, as well as providing motivational speaks or talks, nutrition tips and tricks. We have a Form Friday where we break down the movements so that people can really understand the mechanisms of like a squat or a push-up. And then we also do mobility minutes. So we give you different stretches to do at home to really make sure that the tightening of your muscles can stay nice and limber throughout all of this. Why is it important to stay fit while we're all working from home? Some of you might be going into the office still, but it's still good to stay active. It's really important to get that blood flowing, to avoid any type of stiffness. You can join me on Fridays with the South Tampa Chamber of Commerce on Facebook for a nice little 15-minute PC Fit Body stretch. We also are with getting your body moving. It really helps reduce any type of pain, specifically lower back pain. If you're sitting at a computer and you're hunching over, we stretch that out on Fridays as well. It really helps boost creativity and your performance in the job, or just with any kind of side hustles that you started during this awesome pandemic that kind of opened up doors for us in weird ways. It does help you reduce stress. It releases endorphins to really give you a boost in your mood. And overall, it just is going to help improve your health. when there's diseases and viruses out there, they're waiting for you to be weak. They're waiting for you to be vulnerable to kind of hitch on to you until they find their next victim. So you really want to keep moving to kind of make sure your immune system's staying strong and can avoid any diseases or viruses to latch onto you. What we are offering to all of our chamber members that a few of you guys have jumped on and done all of our virtual workouts, we're doing 28 days for $28. Which is a really great deal with all the things that we are offering. Our programs are very individualized. Even though we are talking to you through a screen, we connect with our members daily just to see if anybody needs anything specific when it comes to their workouts. So I will drop that in the comments, and you guys can check out the link there to go ahead and register for your 28 days. Thank you.
Thanks, Stephanie. And so as Stephanie mentioned, we'll be doing a Fit Body Fridays in the STCOC Member Connect, 11:45 a.m. this Friday. So make sure you get in that group and check it out. So now we have Barb Izzi. I'm going to unmute her, and you are ready to go.
Good morning. My topic was real estate is moving forward. I am a realist in this uncertain time, but moreover, I'm an optimist. This is not a housing crisis. It is a health crisis. We have so many positives in Tampa. Tampa is desirable. 150 people a day move to the Tampa area. 2, there's low inventory. 3, interest rates are the lowest they've ever been. 30 years is 3.375, 15 years, 2.75. 4, there are buyers and sellers. People are still relocating. People need larger homes or downsize. Life's needs continue. 5, people have time to search for homes. And 6, realistic pricing is stable. Education, I love how many Zooms are available. I am getting so much out of them. I have an opportunity of more than 3 a day. So great time to make the best of yourself and be prepared. So what are we doing in real estate? We are using more technology and virtual experiences. All services can be done remotely. Meetings, video conferencing, paperwork, DocuSign, virtual reality, experiencing, touring the home as if you were there. Virtual contract to close. We have remote notaries, non-contact closing. So I just listed a townhome in West Shore Yacht Club. You need to manage the seller's expectations. She realizes she might be in the market a little bit longer, but she wanted to get ahead of the curve, which is smart. We cannot do open houses, so we need to use marketing skills. I put extensive info on the listing, floor plans, lifestyle, highlights, expenses, and documents. Also, extensive pictures and even 3D tours, all to make you feel you have toured the home and have all the information you need. So helpful now because we're marketing to out-of-town buyers. New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, all the people that want to move to Tampa. So good news stories. I've been listed for 7 days. I've had 8 showings. One prospect listed their home, $1 million, not mine, but had a contract in 5 days. So I've listed a townhome, sold a condo, closed on time, and assisted a rental. Yes, real estate is moving forward. So don't wait to buy real estate and wait. Barb Izzi, Smith & Associates, be well.
Awesome. Thank you, Barb, so much. Looks like Monica said she saw that listing at the West Shore Yacht Club, and she said it looks fantastic. So that's great to hear.
Yay. Yay.
I'm going to introduce now Heather DeGrave. And Heather, you're unmuted and all set.
Great. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Heather DeGrave. I'm a shareholder at Walters, Levine, Lozano, and DeGrave. We're a full-service law firm here in Tampa and in Sarasota. I practice specifically litigation to enforce business contracts. So a big part of my practice is commercial collections, where I represent companies who have to pursue collections of their claims against other companies. And a question that is coming up more, but always comes up whenever there's a big event or a downturn in the economy, is how do I address those people who come to me and say, look, I want to pay you, but I just can't. How can I start that conversation? And so I have 3 tips for you that I think that seem to work. And the first is that you want to send the message that you're flexible but firm. So you're not going to say, I'm willing to just walk away. You know, we did business. I provided you a service. You owe me money, or I provided you a product. You owe me money. I'm not going to just walk away from that, but I am willing to work with you. I am flexible. I understand. And what can we do? Whether it be a deferment of payments for a period of time, or usually this is more preferable because it out of sight, out of mind sort of thing. Do a reduced payment for a period of time until they're in a position where they can get back to full payments. So that would be the first tip. And the second tip is it's not inappropriate, and I would encourage you to ask questions to help you gauge the genuineness of this other person. And I should say that I'm talking about this from the perspective of a creditor, but you can also think about it if you're the person who has to pay the bill. Think about ways that you can approach it that would be more productive, and I think it's just the converse of what I just said. But ask questions that gauge how genuine they are. And in these times, I don't think it's inappropriate to ask, have you applied for the PPP loans? Have you applied for the other SBA loans to help you out? What are you doing to put yourself in a better financial position long term? Have you budgeted so that you know what you can afford now versus what you're projected to afford later? So I think that would be the second tip, is to ask questions to help gauge whether they are genuine and trying to work with you, or whether it's just trying to put you off as long as possible. And then I think the third thing is to send the message that we're all in this together. And more to the point is that you're doing business with companies, but at the end of the day, you're doing business with people. And I think it's real easy to get caught into the notion that I'm doing business with this faceless corporation, so if I don't pay them, they're fine, they're a faceless corporation. But at the end of the day, all businesses are made up of people. And so if you say, we're all in this together, I need you to pay me something because I have to pay my rent, or I have to pay my employees, or, so we have to work together, but I'm willing to work with you. I think if you send that message that we're all in this together, it makes everybody a team, and so we can work forward. So if you find yourself in these conversations and you want a little advice, please feel free to call me. My name is Heather DeGrave. I'd be happy to talk with you for 5 or 10 minutes on a generic level. And then if you want to talk more client specific, we can talk about how I can help you with that as well. But again, my name is Heather DeGrave, and with Walters, Levine, Lozano, and DeGrave. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Heather. Yeah, make sure you drop your information in the chat.
Yes, I will.
And now we're going to introduce Kim Osborne from the Manager's Advantage.
Hello, everyone. I'm here this morning with my business partner, Leslie Genuine, and we're going to talk this morning about etiquette in a social distancing world. Now, everything has changed. We are no longer, humans by nature are social creatures, and we're not able to socialize. So what does that mean? Yeah, video screen and standing 6 feet apart from someone when you are able to go outside. So before I turn it over to Leslie to talk about that, I just wanted to mention that our company is the Manager's Advantage, and we teach everyone up to professionals. We customize our classes, so anyone interested in learning more about professional business etiquette dining skills, networking skills, anything to polish your life, communication skills, we're there for you. We come to your office. We can do a lunch and learn, breakfast meetings, and so on. So I'll put our information in the chat. And I'd like to turn this over to Leslie Genuine, if you could, I guess, unmute her, and she'll talk a little bit more about how we navigate the world now and still maintain our etiquette skills and social distance.
Good afternoon. I'm Leslie Genuine. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear? Great. Okay. Thanks to COVID-19, social norms and proper etiquette have changed almost overnight. Handling social etiquette during the pandemic has its challenges, as we've all experienced, but first and foremost, safety comes before proper etiquette. This doesn't mean that we toss consideration, respect, and honesty and things like that out the window, but it does mean that we have to tweak how we interact with each other. So what was deemed polite or acceptable behavior before, it's changed in some ways now. So the term social distancing, which we've heard a million times, it's something that we're going to have to put into practice every day for an indefinite period of time, of course. It's awkward, it may feel impolite, but the best way to protect ourselves and others from potentially becoming sick is to do this. And it's also considerate and respectful to do that. But I want to give you a few tips about what to remember during the pandemic, some things that may help. The need for compassion and understanding is paramount. That's critical. Communication is also important. So use your words. Remember your tone is important. Your eyes and your tone and the words are going to convey your intention. Smile if you can't talk, give a nod. It's often weird to talk with this thing over our face. You know, it's difficult, but it's something that we're going to have to deal with for a while. Give a comment like, oh, I'm so sorry, I have to self-distance, but always do it in a friendly and positive way. Greetings and interactions will feel awkward. They will feel different right now. So you can wave, you can do prayer hands, a hand over your heart, bow. These are alternatives, but whatever feels normal to you is fine. If somebody tries to move in for a hug, or a handshake, someone tried to do that to me the other day, I basically said, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm trying to social distance right now, but it's so good to see you. And then sometimes the manners reminders, like if people, you feel like they're getting uncomfortable, you're getting a little bit too close, you should meet that with gratitude and be gracious instead of glaring at someone, because it is a time of high alert. So have an attitude of gratitude, super important. If somebody reminds you, and remember, if you remind someone else, oh, you know, excuse me, did you know that the arrows are pointing this way? I'm sorry, I know it's a new thing in Publix. People are supposed to walk down the aisle. And most people, again, are very happy to accept the words that you've given them in a positive way instead of glaring at you. So another thing, many stores are offering, or restaurants are offering takeout and delivery, curbside service, and things like that. So it's really important to respect the fact that they have new policies. Everybody needs to be patient, and I recommend that you tip well. The pandemic is affecting everybody differently, so someone's tone and focus might be quite different, you know, from somebody else's, because people are handling it differently. Some people find joy and gratitude in helping loved ones, and then others may be struggling with fears and anxieties or great loss. We all know people who've lost their jobs or even family members, so always give the benefit of the doubt if someone doesn't seem as forthcoming and friendly as usual. Also, traditional etiquette has a great deal to offer at times like these. We know that some of the oldest, most fundamental etiquette advice has kept us safe and healthy for a long, long time. So it serves as a good foundation for today for our public health and our personal health. So first and foremost, the practice of good hygiene. And we always laugh because we remember the old adage, Kim and I think this one's funny, nothing good can happen in polite company with your hands above your shoulders unless you're bringing food to your mouth. So in other words, don't rub your eyes, don't clean your ears, don't wipe your nose, don't touch your mouth, don't do things like that. A few other phrases that may help to maintain physical distance with people. You can say things like, I'm practicing social distancing, but it's great to see you, or I'm avoiding contact, but you know, it's such a pleasure to meet you. or something like, I understand you're not worried, but since I am, I'm going to have to call in or do this over the phone or schedule a video call or something like that. But I can't wait to get together once things settle down. Or happy to go for a walk as long as we can stay 6 feet apart. So just remember, last few things, respect people where they are right now and don't blow off their concerns. Reach out to people, especially if they're at home isolated. Be patient and kind to each other. This will make an impactful difference in our community. And adopt an attitude of I can and I will when it comes to doing what we can help stop the spread of this virus, in our community and in other communities, especially for those people who are really affected by this. So thank you for the opportunity, and please go to our website, www.themannersadvantage.com, for more information. Thanks again.
Thank you, Leslie and Kim. We appreciate all those tips and tricks. I love that. Now I want to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Lisa Ray.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having us here with us, Erica. It's been really great to have the opportunity to chat with everybody. I know that our hope is to talk about, forget about COVID and kind of talk about other things, but I just wanted to give you guys an update from MacDill and the 927th Air Refueling Wing. We've had about 20 folks in the country, and just wanted to let you know what our folks are doing. So for those not familiar with the 927th Air Refueling Wing, we have about 1,000 reserve citizen airmen that work here at MacDill flying and maintaining the KC-135s with the Active Duty 6 Air Mobility Wing. And reserve citizen airmen means that they work for you and live with you in your community during the, for most of the time. And then on drill weekends, they come out with us and they do our reserve mission. And then in times like this, for example, we had folks that had 24 hours notice to report and go to New York City. So huge undertaking, and they're doctors, they're nurses, they're people with full lives, private practices, all kinds of amazing things going on. And they dropped everything they were doing to go. So this is a women's group. I wanted to share a couple of stories and tell you the things that they've been telling us and talking to the news about. So first is we have Colonel Jennifer Ratcliffe, who is a orthopedic surgeon in Orlando at the VA there. And she deployed with us about 3 weeks ago, almost a month ago at this point. They've been down in New York. And she talks about how they're coming up with new therapies. They're realizing, because they're at the front lines of this crisis, that they've got new therapies they're coming up with, like proning, where they're putting people on their stomachs instead of on their backs, because it helps keep their heart off of their lungs and makes it easier for them to breathe. And they're on the front lines of learning this information and sharing it. And then Major Jenny Geyser, who is a family practice doctor here in Tampa, she talked about how her professional networks have been reaching out to her to share. They're concerned about it coming to them and how they handle it with their hospitals. So they're talking with them about how to organize their care teams and, all those professional relationships that we're used to having as we go through schools and other things. On top of doing their long day, they're getting these phone calls from all these people around the country trying to make sure that they know how to handle it and how to best organize as the COVID crisis comes near them, and using the lessons learned from New York. And then some of our nurses that are there, we have a couple of nurses from Tampa General Hospital that are reservists with us and have been deployed, talking about how they're the last ones with the patients because the patients can't have family in the hospitals. And so how a couple of very interesting from an emotional standpoint for me was listening to them talk about how they have all the PPE on, they're covered from head to toe in some sort of covering so that they're not getting infected, but they look around and they're so inundated in the New York hospitals where patients are in the hallways, in chairs, in the emergency rooms, and they said that they just feel like they're bathing in it every day, and you hope that they're staying safe and the PPE is working, but because the symptoms are all so different and they never really know, like, did I take my mask off at the wrong time? Did I touch my face after I touched that patient? Just concerns that they carry with them every day, all day long. But on the flip side, when I asked them about how they feel about us as we start to open, and knowing that their families are still here in Florida and Florida's starting to open, they recognize that there's a need to have that balance of real life and getting back to our regular life and the social requirements and those kinds of stuff, and just encouraged us to keep the mask, social distancing, hand washing, and then do it as slowly and responsibly as we can to open up, because they realize that it's necessary. So to leave you with a sense of hope, our folks had told me one of our Major League Geyser, Jenny Geyser, the doctor from family practice doctor here in Tampa, she shared with me that every hospital does something different. They're working in the Jacoby Hospital in the Bronx in New York City. And she shared that when they extubate patients, so they take the tubes out of them when they're on breathing machines, that they play Katy Perry's "This Is My Fight Song" over the inner speakers, so that everyone that's fighting it can know that there's hope. All the care providers who are tired and exhausted know that someone got better and they're going to go home. So really cool. So wanted to leave you with the feeling of hope, and then thank you for all the support that you give to our military regularly, especially our reserve citizen airmen who may have had to leave your businesses to go help us fight this virus nationally. And then if you're interested, just to put one little plug out there, because I'd be remiss if I didn't do it, we have an honorary commander program where we link up civic leaders, community leaders with our military commanders, so that so we can connect the community to what we're doing every day on the base. If you're interested in that program, just let me know. I'll drop my contact information in the chat. And Debbie Lundberg is on this call, I think, and she's a great person to talk to about her experience. She's on our board of directors for the honorary commander program, and can share kind of what that experience has been like for her if you're interested. But let me know, and we can definitely get you on the list to be considered for the future. Thank you for everything you're doing to support our military, and thanks for letting me be a part of this call.
Thank you so much for being with us, Lieutenant Colonel. That was amazing. I absolutely love those stories, and I was so happy to see your presentation come through our system. So I'm glad you got to be here as well. Now I'm going to introduce, who needs no introduction, Miss Cindy Dervech, the Cinco de Mayo Queen. Go ahead.
Hi, this is, thank you, Erica. Very excited to be on here today, and thank you for allowing me a few minutes. Some of you know us, some of you don't, but we are your ambassadors of fun. And we create experiences through live entertainment and any kind of entertainment to make an event special. My industry has been hit very hard directly in regards, I mean, everybody's been hit, don't get me wrong, but the hotel, my clients are the hotels, their weddings, and everything has been wiped off our books. I don't think I have an event to be seen until October. Everything's been postponed if they're weddings. So I got with my team to see what could we do just to keep our musicians at least getting out there and playing a few things to make a difference. So we started, reached out to the community food pantry, as a lot of you may or may not know. I know we've been doing it now for 5 weeks, and every Monday at our office in South Tampa, we are the community pantries drop off for canned food, non-perishable goods. We bring a DJ out there and we have a 2-hour party from 11 to 1, socially distanced. You drive by, and I have to give a big shout out because Debbie, she has come by every week to visit us and has brought so much food and so much joy. So thank you so much. And several other South Tampa members have come by as well. So thank you. We will be there. I'm going to keep it open even when we get back to our office. So everybody can get in the mindset that Monday, if you go for Gobos at any of the grocery stores, you pick up an extra one and you can just throw, even one can will make a difference. Sorry, that is my little Bella making a statement. So I apologize, my fur dog. We also went into Memorial Hospital, who's another South Tampa Chamber member. And we do some sunshine for the soul every Wednesday. We switched it up today and did Tuesday. And we bring a musician, and I've gathered caterers and some community partners. This morning we had catering by the family, along with a Spanish guitar player to represent Cinco de Mayo. So we're just trying to give back right now, but we are open for business. So if anybody wants to have a party, small celebration, we find that it's going to start slowly, and as soon as you get into the gatherings of more than 10, 15 at for an event, we're finding that the backyard family parties are coming back, and we can enhance that with a solo performer or anything that you might want to create an experience. We have tried things like Zoom trivia, and we're brought music onto some of our clients' calls while the guests are coming into the meetings. So we're just trying to do anything. If you guys have an idea or want to partner in any way, don't hesitate to reach out. We're strong. We will be here 30 years strong, and I don't plan on going anywhere. And I want to thank my son, Michael, who has come aboard. I want to give him a big shout out. And I am hopeful for the future. We will be fine. And even though we've never been through anything like this before, life sort of normality will have us, and thank you. Come back to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy. That is amazing. We can't wait to have some music, some live music at some more events in the future.
Thank you.
Now I'm going to turn it over to Synthia. You're all set with your sombrero. Go ahead, girl.
Hey guys, I'm Synthia Fairman, co-owner of Doublemint Sitting.
Oh, Synthia, hold on. There you go.
Okay, so those of you who don't know me, we are Tampa's largest babysitting agency. We specialize with children with special needs. And during this time, obviously business has, slowed down, but we've been extremely thankful that our networking has paid off, because we have been able to connect so many people during this time. All of our sitters have been making thank you cards to our frontline heroes, which got some news press. We've made over about 250 thank you cards, which has been awesome because our kids and sitters are, showing appreciation to the doctors. We've been able to focus on our nonprofit work. So if anyone who wants to get involved with a Down syndrome community, Friends of Joshua House, we're helping save the foster home. We are still doing birthdays for foster kids, and we're working with a nonprofit for inner city kids called Tribe. Let me know. I have so much free time. I'm just dedicated to the nonprofit sector right now. If anybody's doing some awesome feel-good stories and you want the news to do a story on you, please reach out to me. I have 3 awesome news anchors that text me every day, and they're like, who can we do next? Who can we do next? So I want to share, what everyone's doing. It's free. So text me if you have my phone number, Facebook me. I'll leave my link here. And then, being a babysitting agency, I don't have children, but I've worked with kids for over, 10 years now. And parents are calling us constantly, how do I do this without becoming an alcoholic? And we've given a lot of good tips to families when it comes to schoolwork, because this is so hard. And if you are feeling like you're struggling with your kids, give me a call and I can give you some insider tips with what works and what doesn't. But I really appreciate everyone coming together. The support is unreal, and I hope that we all continue to support each other forward, because this is awesome. As my AirPod fell out, sorry. So that's Doublemint.
Thanks, Synthia. So we have 2 more presenters left. I'm going to introduce Gina. Let me find you. There you are.
I mute myself.
Oh, there you go. You're all set.
Great. Hi, everyone. Thank you, Erica, for allowing me to present today. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Gina Lewis with the American Lung Association in Tampa Bay. And I wanted to share some exciting updates that we're doing in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. So as a public health organization focused on lung health, obviously COVID-19 really hits home to us. We're really trying to do everything we can to develop a vaccine, educate people on preventing transmission and spread, and then also make sure that we're supporting those with lung disease that are at a higher risk of complication and their family and caregivers. So one thing we recently announced is the COVID-19 Action Initiative. So it's a $25 million investment that the American Lung Association is making to address COVID-19 and also protect against future respiratory virus pandemics. So it's going to work with public and private entities to increase research collaboration to develop new vaccines, detection tests, and treatment. So in order to kind of get that going, we're expanding our ongoing research program, enhancing key public health measures through education and advocacy. And then we're also establishing an advanced network to stop future respiratory virus pandemics like this. So we're not going to hopefully have something, to this extent in the future. So we're really excited to have that huge investment. We know it's going to be having a substantial impact both immediately and in the years to come. And then another exciting announcement that I wanted to share is that our Tampa Fight for Air Climb is going to be officially a virtual event. So we're excited to announce that later on today to everyone, but you guys got kind of the first sneak peek of that. So in honor of our 15th year of the event here in Tampa, it's going to run from May 15th to June 15th. And we're encouraging everyone to download the app called Strava. It's a free app. It's really cool. You just record each activity and it uses the GPS in your phone to track your mileage. So we're encouraging everyone to either they could do indoor workouts, or if they socially distance and can still get outside, we're going to have a lot of links to local areas in the Tampa Bay area, different trails and kind of, I like to say hikes, but we all know they're not true hikes here in Florida, but they're close as you can get. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to this chamber team. David Steinberg is the captain. So if anyone wants to join onto that team, you can join at climbtampa.org. The registration is $15 this going forward for our 15th year. And if you want to just register as an individual, you can also do that. But again, it's at climbtampa.org. Thanks.
Thank you, Gina. That is awesome to see it go virtual. So excited for that. Next, I want to introduce Andrea from Joe & Sons Olive Oil. If you were at our November Women's Connection, you had the opportunity to taste her awesome drinks that can be made with olive oil. So, Andrea, what do you got for us today?
Sure. So a couple things. Well, first of all, actually, the drink was actually made from balsamic vinegar, which, speaking of, we actually have some fun kits that we're selling. We have some, we call it the COVID-19 dinner kits, but also some cocktail kits for cocktail emergencies during this time. But anyways, and by the way, I'm drinking water here. If you keep seeing me grab this and my child running around behind, this is water. I just want to give the disclaimer there. You know, one thing first and foremost before I go.
Oh. Did we lose Andrea? Oh, I think we did. Okay, well, we'll go right into Michelle Moody with Sunset Chiropractic. Michelle, you're all set.
Hey, awesome. Thank you, Erica and the Chamber, for bringing us all together. I know we had originally planned a fun luncheon, but I think this is great. It's so good to see everybody's face. If you don't know me, my name is Michelle Moody. My husband is Dr. Jeff Moody, and together we own and operate Sunset Chiropractic. We are located in Britton Plaza. We are open for business. We've been very grateful that we've been able to stay open and serve our healthy patients. And one of the things that we are really passionate about is educating people. You know, there's a lot of talk right now about what we shouldn't do and how we shouldn't be near people and don't do this, don't do that. And we just like to talk about the positive things of what we can be doing to stay healthy right now. And that includes a lot of things. Getting adjusted is really important to keep your body functioning properly, keeping yourself hydrated, practicing good stress techniques. So one thing that I want to talk about just briefly is yoga. So before I stepped into the office with my husband and we opened our business, I was all things fitness. I have 15 or so different certifications and licenses and things like that in fitness. And one thing that I hold is a 200-hour yoga teacher certification. I absolutely love yoga. And if you have ever been in our office, we host yoga. We were doing it about once a month. Now, obviously, we've ceased that, and we hope to pick back up when we can have crowds over 10. But we have big open space in our office that I like to host a free yoga class once a month. But I wanted to just talk to everybody, especially now, these are stressful times, and yoga and meditation is something that we can be doing just at home to help guide ourselves mentally, emotionally, and physically in the right direction. Oh, that's my little boy running in. And so I just wanted to share a few things when it comes to meditation and yoga. And it's something that you can do with your kids. So if you're at home with your children and, you guys need to just take a break, YouTube has some really great yoga for kids that you can actually get in front of your TV, clear out your living room, mat or no mat, just have some fun and get your kids moving. That's really important right now. Some of the benefits of meditation and yoga are helping control anxiety. I know a lot of us have some anxiety through the stress right now. Promotes your emotional health. It can actually help decrease your blood pressure. It improves your quality of sleep. It can increase your mental concentration. And if a lot of you are sitting at your dining room table working day in and day out, right, that gets broken easily. It's going to give you more energy. It's going to provide more mental clarity. And it can help slow the aging process, which I don't know about you guys, but I'm down for anything, especially anything natural that will help do that as well. So it's just really important to be doing that. And one of the key components to meditation and to yoga is your breath. And so that's something that we don't really think about. A lot of us on a regular basis practice shallow breathing. So that means we allow the upper quadrant of our lungs to fill. See if you can see my chest rising here. The upper quadrant of our lungs to fill, but not the lower quadrant. So I'm just gonna do a 30-second demo, if you guys wanna do it with me, of a meditation breath, okay? You can close your eyes if that makes you feel like maybe you're at the beach or something. But you wanna take a really big inhale through the nose, and you wanna allow your upper chest to rise, and then your lower chest, and then you wanna let your belly expand. So ladies, let your belly out just like a balloon, as if you're blowing up a balloon, and get that oxygen all the way into the lower quadrant of the lungs, fill that belly, and then I want you to open the mouth, pull the belly button in as if you're gonna tighten your abs, and let that air move out of you from the bottom up. So you're gonna pull from the belly, and then you're gonna let it flow up through the lungs, and then out through the mouth, right? And if you can practice that and eventually get to where you don't open the mouth, okay, it's important to keep that breath flow internal, in through the nose, out through the nose. That just helps create that energy and that heat within the body to promote some of that goodness. So get adjusted, do some meditation, do some yoga, and really just keep yourself healthy. It's really, really important right now that our healthy people stay healthy. So I hope those were some tips that you can take and practice with you.
Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, I absolutely love that. I am terrible at yoga, but I like that little demonstration that you had. So it looks like we have Andrea back. She's our last presenter for the day. So welcome back, Andrea.
I'm so sorry. So I was sitting outside to keep, I've got a dog and child and stuff running around. So to keep quiet, apparently my computer overheated in the sun. And it just shut down. I threw it in the refrigerator really quick. So that worked, just in case anyone needs that. But anyways, so I am the owner of Joe & Sons Olive Oils. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 locations, one in South Tampa, and then also we have one that's just a little bit over a year old up in Carrollwood. And we have remained open during all of this and open for business. Our Carrollwood location is, to be quite honest, struggling a bit. It's in a plaza where everything is closed. So it's kind of a ghost town down there. We're thankful that South Tampa, though, is still remaining relatively busy, so we're hanging in there. So one of the things I wanted to talk to everybody about was, what differentiates us and our olive oil from maybe something that you would get at Publix, which, during some of this, I did take a picture at Publix one day. The shelves were completely empty of all of their junky olive oil. So olive oil is actually a fresh squeezed fruit juice, and I don't know if anybody, really knows that. So it's important to maintain, the freshness of it and to consume it when it's right off the tree and right out of the harvest. And so when it's young and fresh, it can be somewhat perishable, very much like orange juice or things like that. Not quite that perishable, but so what makes our olive oil different is that we get them from twice a year from the different hemispheres. So our olive oils are never more than 6 months old in our store. And we recommend that you consume them within 1 year of the harvest. So olive oil has a remarkable range of highly beneficial ingredients that, as I mentioned, can be very perishable and it disappears through time, and also when it's refined. So it's really important to have the good stuff. And especially during this time where we're all trying to remain healthy, you know, olive oil and good quality extra virgin olive oil has a really, I like to call it a cocktail of 200 plus highly beneficial ingredients. And this is why it's, you know, part of the Mediterranean diet. So, you know, being in great health and then also consuming good quality extra virgin olive oil, you know, you hope to maintain, you know, your continued health. But just to kind of talk about a few terms and define olive oil, and kind of what people always ask me is they ask about extra virgin and what that means. And so, as I mentioned before, olive oil is a fresh fruit juice. So extra virgin is simply a term that, you know, extra meaning the finest and virgin meaning by hand. So although now, you know, since the 70s, that's where the term extra virgin came from. It used to just be called olive oil. What happened was they were able to come up with radically new technology that allowed a better quality and a higher, or just a, you know, much better olive oil. And so they started calling it extra virgin. So extra meaning the finest, virgin meaning by hand. So although it's through mechanical means, it's still an olive that's crushed. Out comes the fruit juice, and there you have, and they separate it from the water, and then out comes the olive oil. And so that's what you want. You've got some poorer quality olive oils where they refine it or use chemistry and not just simple physical means. And so what that does is it, you know, reduces all of those wonderful health benefits, and also, you know, the great flavor that we consume the olive oil for. So let's see, extra virgin. Another term that a lot of people ask me about is they want to know what first cold pressing is. So when you heat your olive oil, well, let me back up just a second. You take olives off the tree when they're hard and green and not very ripe, and that's when you get the best quality olive oil. So you actually get a lower quantity but a much higher quality. And so by heating your olives, you actually kind of loosen them up and it creates more juice, or the fresh fruit juice. So that's bad. It lowers the quality but creates more quantity. So that's where the term cold pressing comes from. So with that being said, I mean, it's just a very quick, I know I've only got a couple minutes, I could ramble on all day, but you know, just a couple of things of why we're different. We have over 50 different varieties of extra virgin olive oil and aged balsamic vinegars in our store. We have classic olive oils that people, you know, wonder, how can you have so many? When I say classic olive oils, those might be, I equate it to wine, like a Pinot Noir or a Cabernet. A different variety of grape makes a different wine. So same with the olive oils. You might have a Picholine or a Chatouille, and these are the different varieties of olives that are used in the crushing. Then we also have a number of wonderful infused olive oils with things like citrus fruits, chili peppers, herbs, and spices. And so they make your cooking really easy and healthy. And we have tons of recipes on our website. During this whole time, I've been trying to do cooking videos or little cooking demos online. So anyways, if you need some tips, we're still open. We're doing curbside pickup. Check us out at joeandsonsoliveoils.com. And we are allowing people in the store, but only 2 at a time. So you can stop in, or order online, curbside pickup, and all that. There we go.
Thank you, Andrea. I'm glad you could make it back because that was awesome. I could listen to you talk about olive oil all day long. It's amazing. I think I go through a bottle like every 2 weeks. The Italian in me can't stop using it. So thank you, everyone. That's all our presenters for today. We can give a virtual round of applause to them. I'm gonna leave the room open for another 10 minutes. Everybody put your information in the chat, and then there's 3 little dots at the bottom where you can actually download and save that chat. And just thank you again to Palmer Home and Business Inventory Professionals and Weekend Navigators for sponsoring this event. And I'm so glad we could all get together today. So I'm gonna unmute everybody. Feel free to continue to network for another 10 minutes. And don't forget to add your information into the chat. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
Good job, everybody. Did everybody like it?
Yeah.
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
That was great.
Great. Hey, Rebecca, long time.
Hey.
Let's see that.